goes on when it gets late. Along about midnight, the ghosts and banshees get together for a jamboree. There's ghosts with horns and saucer eyes. Some have fangs about this size. Some short and fat, some tall and thin, and some don't even bother to wear their skin.
I'm telling you, brother, it's a fearful sight just to see what goes on in the night.
When the spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with a fiendish glee.
Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed
Is the headless horseman, he's the worst.
When he goes jogging across the land, holding his noggin right in his hand, demons take one look and groan.
Then they hit the road for parts unknown.
Well, there's no raid like spook that's burned.
The ghost don't like a man, he's really burned.
He swears to the longest day he's dead.
Well, I'll show them what I can get up here.
Wow, 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 wow.
So close all the windows,
Lock all the doors.
unless you're careful, why he'll get yours.
Don't think he'll hesitate a bit, cause clip your top if it will fit.
He likes some little, he likes some big. Put him in the middle or wear a wig.
Black or white or even red.
The headless horseman needs a head.
With a hip, hip, hip and a clippity clop.
Why, he's out looking for a head to chop. So don't stop, figure out a plan, 'cause you can't reason with a headless man.
With a hip, hip, hop and a clippity clop. Look out!
We know what we're talking about. Believe. You better watch your cues, but take a look at the people who ignore the old good book. Change your ways, you'll find it pays, 'cause you can't be a haint if you ain't kinda crazed, I guess you'd say. Take our word, we know what we're talking about. Now this is a pretty spooky thing we're doing here. You don't mind if I turn on another light, do you?
You're all I've ever wanted, but I'm terrified of you. See, my castle may be haunted, but I'm terrified of you. I've cast my spell on millions, but I'm terrified of you. Baby, I do this from the ceiling, but I'm terrified of you. I wait my whole life to fight the right one. Then you come along and that freaks me out, so I'm frightened. Ooh. Dracula's were never ran from no one, but I'm terrified of you. See, my heartbeat is a slow one, but I'm terrified of you. I've been around for ages, but I'm terrified of you. Run my thing across the stage, but yet I'm terrified of you. I wait my whole life to fight the right one, and you come along and that freaks me out, so I'm frightened. Ooh. Dracula's wedding. You know I'm terrified. You know I'm terrified. You know I'm terrified. Here she comes.
Chance to dance romance, don't wanna not the sun. So much at stake, oh, not a choice of words, but not the gun. Silver bullets, and I can count. 'Cause I make great peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Van Helsing. Well, not in our case, 'cause we
Happy Halloween, chat. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here early. We got a little spooktastic stuff to get into here. I appreciate everybody being here. This is the American Anchor Baby. Allow me to break your immersion for a moment. In the description of today's video is today's itinerary. We're going to get a little spooky for the adults right now. With a little visage. I don't know how to say it. So kick back a little bit. Because at 4 Pacific, we have our regularly scheduled American Anchor Baby show with topics and calls. And then when we're all done with that, all of us folks will be over at the Discord enjoying our first movie night. So, appreciate everybody here today. Happy Halloween. Get some real spooks here. And we're in the house. We're in this house. So, allow me for a moment to change something here. Oh, no. Boom. All right, folks. Welcome to the stream, like I said. We're getting spooky. So I don't even know what's going on. Oh, my gosh. There you go. For the Christians in the chat. For the Catholics. What's that? What was that? Mother Mary. Your little cherubim has a flat face, Mary. That's not Jesus. That's Jesus' brother. He was born with a flat face. Don't blame him. He was born with a flat face. I'm just making jokes because I'm scared. Okay. Go into the slightly ajar door with candles. I don't know if that's really a smart idea. Well, at least we have the crucifix above the door. That makes me feel safe. Oh my gosh. Blood rituals and altars in the home. Oh yeah, this is just the ritual. This is just the ritual room of the home. Just giving you a tour of the home. This is the room where we do rituals. That mom and dad? Who's calling me?
Hello, Dwayne. It's Rose, your neighbor. I know it's late, and I know that I tend to be... I apologize for that, but I'm getting a bit worried. I haven't seen you out of the house in about 3 weeks. Is everything all...
How's the volume?
So let me know everything's fine. All right. Bye-bye.
How's the volume? How's the volume now? Oh, no, no. We want that on. Nope. Look at all these nice things. We have such nice things in this home. Give me that. Give me that. Oh. Oh. Oops. Oopsies. We'll just put that down here. Okay, I'm done holding this thing. I'm done holding it. I just made a mess. What's in here? What's in here? I kind of like snooping. Okay, that door's jammed. What the? Sanity. Your character's sanity will affect you. Standing too long in the dark will decrease your character's sanity. Well, that's not good. Give me the light. Uh-oh. I need light. Oh. Paranormal events will make you crazy. Decrease your sanity. Light bulb is broken. How's that radio? Is it loud enough?
Absolutely celestial. The temperature won't drop below 77 degrees, and it's going to be...
Why is this not loud?
And take your whole family to the beach. Take a day off and show your loved ones how much you care about them on this wonderful vacation.
Oh, we got a light bulb.
On another note, today we got a special guest with us, and we're going to have a lot of fun with him. His name is Dwayne Anderson. His whole family.
Oh my god, turn it off. Can we just leave? It's jammed. What do you mean the front door to my own house is jammed? What is that sound? Oh, there's the key. Wait, what? Yes, give me that. Okay, it's a key. Dolores' chapter, A Twisted Dream. You think that's the key to this room? It was. Uh-oh. I don't want want to go in there. Oh. Okay, let's leave. Up, down. Up it is. Holy. Oh my. Who did that? Not cool. Anything here? Pills. Boys, we found the pills. Holy. I didn't do that. Give me more pills. What the? Who keeps doing that? Alright, that's not funny. Little ghost. You trying to prank me? Very funny. Can't open that. What the? I can't even see. Where's the light? There's that room. Who's hiding in the closet? Nobody? Hold on. We keep clicking on stuff. Full screen. What else is in this creepy house? More pills. Candle. That's nice. Yes, more light. Yo, they got pills all over this house. How many pills do you need? Oh yeah, look, we have flame. N. Look, the mug says N. Liquor. Liquor and pills. This house has problems. I'm such a snoop. What the? Oh, great. What? Look, it's a little girl. What was that? What am I supposed to do? Oh. Huh? Huh. Oh. Key. Maybe it's to this? Nope. Is that everything? Well, I guess we have a new key now. Shall we? Nope. Nope. Where's the basement? What do we have here? Let's examine it. It has an electric sign on it. Oh, maybe it's in here. Jammed. Nope. Maybe it's over here. Uh-oh. Looking for the garage key? It's probably in your jeans pockets in the laundry room, as always. Thank me later, baby. Spooky. In the laundry room. Where the frick is the laundry room? That's just the same door. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, this thing. But I can't look at it. What is this? Stop being creepy. What did I miss, chat? What? What the? I must have missed something. She said laundry room jeans. Laundry room jeans. Laundry room. Stop it. Laundry room probably downstairs. Where'd you put the keys, woman? Oh, maybe it's that one. What the? I'm gonna go insane just finding this place. Oh, is it this? Nope. Where are my jeans, woman? Huh? Alright, now you're trolling me. Okay, now you're trolling me. We gotta start American Anchor Baby soon. I don't see this basement key anywhere, chat. Alright, that's enough. What? That was unnecessary. What the? Did that just happen? Oh! You see this? I didn't do this. All right, let's go. The keys. Holy. What do I do? Stay away from me. Should we go up there? Is that a figure or the mirror? I'm out of here. What are you doing in my house? The mirror seems to show a room in the house. What room is that? I'm not doing that. Those footsteps are not for me. I think we need to take the pills. Do we go to the basement? I mean, there's literally something in the attic. Oh, another lighter. Bro, I'm hungry. All this spooky stuff is making me hungry. Oh, never mind. It's all rotten. Chef Boyardee? Nope. Wait, so did it want me to find like a chair or something to go upstairs? Or do you think I could reach that handle with my hands? Shall we try? No, I can't reach that. Popping pills. Laundry room. Oops. We love Puerto Rico. That woman lied, though. My keys were not in the jeans in the laundry room. Okay. Well, that's good. Who's moving all our furniture? Jeez. 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. What is this? What the? It's just rooms, more rooms. What the? no lighter. Okay, now I'm lost, chat. Where'd I come from? Well, that's creepy. Okay. Get me out of here. Okay, but what do I do now? Is that the rocking chair? Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? Oh! Excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to be here. Excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to be here. Is he leading me somewhere? Alright, I think we're done. Oh my gosh. Take me back to the Jesus room. Mother Mary, Mother of Christ, help us. Alright, folks. I think that's a good place to leave it. Because we gotta get started. On American Anchor Baby. I think it's a good place to leave it. Here in the room of Jesus. What an atmosphere in this thing. They really got that right. They really got that down. What an incredible atmosphere. That is some creepy stuff. Incredible. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate it. Happy Halloween. Test, test, test. How am I coming in? Who's thinking Zenny's right now after that? What a mess. All right, hold on, folks. Test, test, test. Hey, folks, this is American Anchor Baby. How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Coming in from your job. They got the atmosphere right. We didn't quite get into what the game was. You're quiet for me. Test, test, test. How about now? You know, I'm sure there was. I'm sure it was building up to something. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna need some holy water after that one. How's everybody today on this fine Thursday? Welcome, welcome. There's my little bright baby. Right on, folks. Well, you got your candy bowls all set. Is everybody ready for the Bambinos to show up with the candies? They're asking for candy. They're gonna be asking for candy. See, all the real candy fiends know that you get your candy the day after Halloween. That's for those who've had a candy problem since childhood. Maybe even set off by a Halloween in their youth. But then their proclivities, their addiction to candy matured as they took it with them in their adulthood. So all the real fiends know that you get the deals right after Halloween. What's up, everybody? In full swing here in Rhode Island. You mean the Bambinos are out and about already? Wow, yeah, of course it's 7 p.m. over there. Very cool. What's up, folks? Welcome. I'm the American Anchor Baby. And you have to judge if you say what someone is celebrating and why they're celebrating it. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know what someone is celebrating something for? You know what I mean? It's demonic. You saw that. You saw visage. Very demonic. Scary stuff. True evil. You know, I was thinking a little bit about all the conversations we were having yesterday. We were talking about, pornography, evil in the world, degeneracy, decency, and what kind of society, what kind of laws in that society should one have? What gets banned? Banning porn, banning indecent things, banning obscene things. You know, after talking with everybody, after all the calls, it just became a little bit more clear that most people are we really have no clue what's really going on. You know, you want to do godly or good things. You know, everyone has like some idea of morality, but in practice, it doesn't quite seem, how do you put it? Loving? How do you put it? How do you put it? Reasonable? In practice, right? It's one thing to say, well, we shouldn't celebrate demonic things. But then to judge someone else, tell them you are worshiping Satan. So in practice it becomes kind of hateful. To see what else, what other examples? In practice, like punishing and banning, and someone punishing someone. You know, the motivation is we want a decent world, but then you have to like put people in. This is just to illustrate a point, I guess, but you got to put people in chains. You're like, you can't say or do that. You can't say or do that. That's not godly. That's not conducive to a good society. In chains, in prison, your freedom taken away. but we're being loving, right? This is a good society. You know, after talking with everybody, just a little bit clear that you can't force these things. You can't, and most people don't really know what we're saying about morality. And so that's why I appreciate the calls, the conversations, and all that last night. Because, you know, it's a little clear. We don't really know. And so we're going to get mad and we're going to start a war from our perceived notions of evil. But anyways, appreciate everybody coming in here. We're streaming on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby, dlive.tv/Gorgonzola, punchy.tv. And we got some topics to get into. We're pretty much in American Anchor Baby show right now. So if you want to call in, 844-900-2229. That's 844-900-BABY. And you can talk to the Anchor Baby. Lines are open. Discord is open. And if I may mention real quick, the link to join my Discord is in today's show's description. And we have decided on a movie. It's all decided. It's all ready. So join the Discord because we're going to just hang out a little bit here. I don't want to let it get too late. I maybe didn't plan this too well. But the point is I don't want to let it get too late for everybody. We'll plan the movie night better. And by plan, I mean it's like trying to fit in, like, I guess, a stream. But we stream too late. And nobody will be able to enjoy the movie with us. So the movie's been decided. Join the Discord. We have... in the movie night section, you'll see Theater 1. You click on Theater 1, you join up, you'll see this. You'll see probably the movie that you can enjoy. And then right above Theater 1 is the movie night chat. For all the chatterboxes who can't sit still and be quiet during a movie, you could chat away in the movie night chat because mics, of course, will be turned off in the theater section. Movie, should it be a secret? Should it be a secret? It's going to be a Halloween movie, okay? And it's not like I really wanted to watch something old. I've been looking at some older stuff and you know, you just got this look that's very generic nowadays. And we got something unique. We got something a little older, yet interesting. Okay, so join up on the Discord. You can see the movie in Discord. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, not black and white, but I think you will all enjoy it. It'll be interesting. Hit up the Discord. Okay, we're having fun in the Discord. We're gonna get down. So get your drinkies, get your snackies. True evil. Kind of has to happen. A good society, no, has to happen naturally. Incredible stuff. But where was I? I wanted to open up the lines. We got the lines open. We got the Discord open. Now, what was on my mind? Besides the conversations from last night. What did I want to get into? Let's just move on from all that. Because I wanted to get into some spooky stuff here as Tuesday rolls up. Tuesday, November 5th, just around the corner. And we got... I'm trying to be careful with certain words. But they're trying to bring attention to it. You know about it a little bit. Virginia. They got ghosts in the voter rolls. They got straight up ghosts. Or maybe just illegals. I mean, how are you going to fight against that? Seriously. How are you going to fight against... Well, we just want to keep it all up and up. You know, no illegals voting, no people without ID or whatever the rules say. And they got the public. You got to understand. I'm sure you already know this. Preaching to the choir, but they got the public fighting each other. They got Mays calling us saying, What's the big idea? Elon Musk flouted some rules or something like that, right? Overstayed some visa. I don't know if it's as illegal as she says, but what's the big idea? What's the big idea? They're just hard workers. And meanwhile, they are openly trying to let anybody vote. It's not even just illegals, but just let anybody vote for their political gain, and they got us fighting over it. Like, why are you so hateful to Puerto Ricans? They're hard workers. It's like, we're not even talking about that. Beautiful Maze. She always beats me up, but they got us fighting over that. It's crazy. Their political gain. They bus people to polls. You know, I was thinking about that. They got to handhold everybody, bus them to the polls, harvest ballots. You got these TV ads that go around, and they're either like smears or just really, how else do I put it, but not simple, but just very surface, very shallow. And that's the only way you could speak to the public. You have to have shallow ads, little campaigns, harvest the ballots, hold their hands, bust them to the polls. So why can't everybody? It's like everybody can vote. You know, did we get into it yesterday a bit? Women voting. We may have gotten into that yesterday a little bit. You know, some people say repeal the 19th. We can't have women voting. It's like, yeah, there should be. It's not even just women. There's a whole bunch of people that should be voting. Like, I'll give it up. Okay? I don't have children. I don't have land. I'm an anchor baby, right? First generation. Or is that too far? I'm an anti-anchor baby. Did you forget? You know, you don't have multiple generations in the country. You don't have land. You don't have children, maybe children. You don't have, I don't know, a couple of things. Like, I'll give it up. Fine. See, I'm talking about me too. Don't get mad, women. But you don't even want that. You don't even want it, women. You don't even want it. You guys are like, give us the right to vote. They're trying to go after our right to vote. But it's like the women don't even want to lead. It's crazy. The proof is in the fact that the glass ceiling has been shattered, right? They shattered the glass ceiling. You can now, I mean, whatever, you can divorce your husband, take the money. All sorts of stuff. This glass ceiling has been broken. They're saying, we need women here. We need women there. We need them everywhere. And what do the women do? They don't go there. They're not inventing and running huge companies and right? I mean, the doors have been opened. The glass ceiling is shattered. And it's like they don't even want it. Something natural about it, maybe. Something unnatural about trying to force, people, because the argument becomes, well, what about the few? How can you exclude, let's say you what's your criteria? Is it just chromosomes and, I don't know, body parts? Don't you want meritocracy? Don't you want the best of the best, even if it's a woman? But, that's what the argument becomes. Don't you want the best? But you will never get excellence that way. You know, that way of thinking breeds insecurity. You put the worst of us ahead. When you say, well, there's not enough women CEOs. There's not enough women politicians. There's not enough. You actually don't get the best of the best. You can only get the worst, and it can only get worse and worse and worse. Because if you're an amazing woman, then you would be an amazing woman, no matter what. Even in a society where, well, women just don't lead in this society. But her, I mean, she's just evidently an exception. She's evidently exceptional. I don't know what that may mean in this hypothetical society, but You understand that? You would be an exception. But with the other way of thinking where you just got to have it because it's time. You just got to have women leaders. You just got to, you actually, you don't get the best of the best. Those exceptional people in whatever you're talking about get buried. They get buried. So you never have, so you don't have an exceptional country. So, right? Isn't this the most, would you say that it's like the best moment in American history or whatever for women to lead and do their thing and be equal? It's right now. It's right now. But they're not doing it. Anyways, election stuff a little bit. Tuesday's coming up. You already know this. But Kamala voters, I mean, it's proof. The proof that women should not vote is this election. This election. You know what I heard recently? Politics is war. Politics is an extension of war. It's not a place for women. It's an extension of war. Not their place, not their domain. But anyways, spooky stuff. Spooky stuff they got. Who do they have here? They're trying to bring attention to this. And I need to be even careful these days. Or else we won't have a channel. Not a mess. Let me see if I can show you actually. Boom. Now, how do we get me in the corner again? Boom. Voter identification requirements by state. Yeah, there's a lot of places that don't need any identification whatsoever. Let's see here. Elon Musk, the mind-blowing thing is no identification to vote whatsoever. Ghosts in the voter rolls, not even a library card is required in the gray states. California, where you could be illegal and vote. But, you know, don't let me push conspiracy theories, right? You got this publication, where is it? They're saying there's all sorts of right-wing commentators or commenters or whatever making election falsehoods, they say. I believe this is New York Times. And look at the people they put. Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool. Like, people that don't, I don't know if they really rock the boat, say anything really controversial. That they're not fascists or radical or wanna or agree with insurrections, like not even in the slightest. These are pretty even-headed guys, no? But these are the election falsehoods, they'll say. Now, what would that turn into under Kamala? Elections falsehoods take off on YouTube, and that's why we must, blah, blah, blah. XYZ. Silence, all the way to in prison. You don't think so? You're much too trusting. We need this. Boom. And so if I say something like, well, when Democrats add to the population of their state with illegals, that adds to the census, and then that boosts the representation of that state. So ergo, illegals help you in elections. Oops, New York Times, that might be election falsehoods. They'll literally say, this is a very basic civic truth, whatever, in America. And you got liberals, they'll say, that's not happening, bro. Illegals? Okay, you're a conspiracy theorist now. You're a right-wing nut job. Illegals, really? So I may be peddling in falsehoods. But anyways, I appreciate people calling me. What do you mean, falconing? Is this clear? Test. Thanks for calling, folks. Let's get to calls here. 844-900-2229. We got some things to get into here. Moving forward. And I'm thinking I'll let you know as we get farther along here today. I'll let you know when we kind of should get ready for the movie night and all that. We'll see what's going on with the people. Right now we got a caller though, and I believe this is Kevin out of New York. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?
Hey, yeah, right on. Thanks for calling back.
Hey, and thank you for taking my call. Man, Nick, shoot, just listening to what you were talking about, almost kind of changed what I was thinking about calling in for.
No, speak freely. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, let me first say this, because I heard you say something about how women shouldn't vote and stuff like that. Think back to the very origin of mankind's problems, Adam and Eve, and how, yes, indeed, as we know already, Satan was the first one to deceive Eve, the woman. And through the woman, the man listened to the woman, and then there you had that snowball effect, which apparently spelled almost certain doom for mankind. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I would really, really stress that people really listen to Jesse Peterson when he says that, I have a slight variation to it. He says that Satan is the woman's god. Well, I say, through my research of the Apocrypha, more specifically the first book of Adam and Eve, that from that very disobedience, Satan became our god. And it was like that from the very moment of the disobedience all the way up until the moment that Jesus died for us on the cross.
Oh, and then he put it right? So he's not our God anymore?
That's right. That's exactly it. Not only did he set that right, but in a sense, he kind of put it, he knocked the ball back into our yard, that from there we can choose what to do from there, if you know what I'm trying to get at.
Sort of, but man, Eve was the first liberal, no? She wanted liberty. She wanted...
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of variations of the Genesis story, but I've heard one apocryphal book describe it very strangely, and how it goes into details about how Satan was able to deceive the woman. And it described it like this. It says
okay, I'll let you finish because I want to say something about the Apocrypha and stuff, but go ahead.
All right. It goes on to say that the way that the serpent / the devil was able to deceive the woman was, in a sense, similar to the way a trainer who has a parrot or a pet. And I don't know if this is true or not, but this is the way that it describes it. It says that when a trainer is training its pet parrot, that it would put up a mirror between himself and the parrot, the mirror facing the parrot. And so he does that because when he starts speaking to the parrot imagines that it's another parrot speaking to it. And in that fashion, Eve saw herself, but heard the voice of the serpent, thinking that it was actually her.
Poetic.
Yes.
A
It's
colorful
very interesting
description
stuff.
of a deception. Isn't that how it plays out in our own minds? We think it's us. It sounds like us.
You know what? When I was explaining that, I came to that very same realization as you did.
Kevin, it's interesting you calling me on Halloween. Scary, scary Halloween. It's interesting because you've called me a number of times, and you mentioned the Apocrypha pretty much every time you call. And I know it's a really old book, right? It's really old, and it's supposed to be parts of the books of the Bible not accepted, right? In the canon or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. It was
And
the
so when
early
you would
church
talk,
fathers.
when you would talk about it, I kind of just assumed. I just assumed that it's like, I don't know, just whatever. It's writings that are not exactly the Bible, but it's a little bit more than that, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting my information wrong here, but it's like a pretty, it's like an, is it fair to call it like an occult book?
No, it's not fair to call it that even. Some people might classify it as that in order to easily dismiss it. But I also understand the arguments against it because some people say that these books originated centuries after the say the apostles wrote their letters, which were inserted into the Bible. That the Apocrypha came centuries after that.
Does the Apocrypha talk about gaining power?
Gaining power?
Yes.
You have to be a little bit more specific than that.
Well, from my understanding, this book sets out a way for man to gain power, so to speak. And this also partly my ignorance is why I'm using this description I simply heard, but that in it describes a way of living to attain earthly power. And part of these stipulations are to lead like to an abstinent life, so far, what do you think about that? You disagree?
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that because the Apocrypha, and it's not really fair to call it the Apocrypha something whole in itself because it's kind of like the Bible, made up of a series of it's a categorization sort of thing. You know how the New Testament split up between the letters? The Apocrypha kind of acts in the same fashion that it's from different sources, like the Book of Enoch.
Oh, that's another one, the Book of Enoch. Isn't that one also an occult book? What about are you familiar with the Keys of Solomon?
Yes.
What do you think about the Keys of Solomon?
The Keys of Solomon acts very much like the other apocryphal books, in which, in my opinion, these apocryphal books provide complementary and supplementary information. In fact, it actually goes so far as to fill in some of the blanks of what Christians might have in their mind as questions of what happened during, say, Jesus' time. Or let me give you even more context, because my theory. And
you're saying you don't. I'll let you finish your theory. By the way, I'm not. I don't know about this. I'm not into this stuff. You said it's not a cult, but here, what the people say are the occult books. You're naming all of them. And you're like, yeah, no, they're all part of the same thing, but they're not a cult. But okay, go ahead. Your thoughts on it.
Yeah. To get right to my point. Like using the Book of Enoch for an example. It in my opinion no way contradicts, adds, or takes anything away from the Bible. But it says a lot about mankind that they wanted to easily dismiss this book.
You're freaking me out, man.
I think that
you think that what?
I'm sorry?
You think that what? Go ahead.
Let me give you more proof to what I'm trying to say. The canon of the Bible that everybody reads, the Protestant canon. In the book of Genesis, when it's listing the descendants of Adam and Eve, Enoch is the 7th in the generation down from Adam and Eve. And then after it mentions Enoch, it never ever talks about him again until Jude's letter in the New Testament, in which Jude is actually using a quote from the book of Enoch in his letter. And those are the only two places, as far as I know of, in which the canon that everybody knows of even speaks of Enoch. But
isn't there magic and incantations and rituals in the Book of Enoch and the Key of Solomon?
no.
Yes or no?
I don't think so, no.
No?
No. No. The book of Enoch describes the fallen angels, what they did to mankind, the real cause of Noah's flood, and prophecies going all the way up till Jesus' birth.
Essentially,
Solomon.
Essentially, the grimoire teaches that to access these abilities responsibly, the practitioner must follow a specific code of purity, detailing incantations and methods for summoning and controlling spiritual entities. Yo, man, are you sure you want to be messing with this?
Huh. What are you reading that?
I'm just reading some quick search, so maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But look, man,
When I read,
why are you messing with the
Keys of
spirits? Why are you
Solomon-
messing with the occult?
Oh, well, I research it only because I think it's interesting. I've never partaken in any rituals or anything occult myself. You know what I mean? Like trying to summon demons and stuff like that.
I hear ya.
I've researched it vastly, only because I think it's interesting. The Keys of Solomon. Man, somebody stop me if I'm getting this wrong. But
No,
if
make
I
your
remember
point.
clearly-
Say what you want to say, and then we'll move the wheels. But this is thematic. This is spooky. But you're saying it's not
Oh.
occult, so I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Keys of Solomon is just simply the story about how King Solomon was given a ring that, from God, that gave him power over to bring demons to be subjective to him. And the way that the story put it was that Solomon would use this ring to interrogate demons.
What the?
Yes, and
I don't know, man.
when he interrogated these demons, he found out
You on that
what-
voodoo?
No, not at all.
You on that voodoo? I didn't know they had voodoo in New York.
I promise you, I'm not I'm not like super into dark things.
Why
But
does
anyway,
all? Do you know why these old texts that talk about magic and stuff always have the Star of David on them? Do you know anything about that? What's the connection there?
Oh,
I'm showing one on screen right now.
I don't know if I'm correct about this, but I think the Star of David is actually the hexagram. And take the root word of that, which is hex, which is to cast a spell, witchcraft. I don't know much more than that.
I've seen the Japanese love putting when they have different like anime and video games and stuff, and they have magic in there. I seen it all over. I've seen it all over in Japanese media. If there's some magic involved, that shape will be in the runes or in the clothes of the character or something like that.
Now, there is truth to that. When a sorcerer or a witch goes about actually summoning a demon, now this is what I actually called in about.
Okay.
Because I came across this a grimoire. It was titled "The 72 Demons of the Ars Goetia."
Okay, but yeah, whatever. You don't have to name all the grimoire. You don't have to name all the dark grimoires and books and stuff. Let's just tell me what you want to say.
No. Oh, okay. Well, about the symbols that you were talking about, there's truth to that because that's what they actually use in their rituals to summon these demons. They say that it's important for the sorcerer to use that because it serves as a form of protection for them. because I don't encourage anybody to get into this because it could, you know how it works with most things in life. Like you could get hooked onto it in a very, very bad way.
It sounds like a mess.
Yeah, it's it's pretty bad. But amongst the demons that you can summon from this text that I read, it goes into details saying that this circle with all these symbols that you're supposed to stand in, it serves as protection, and that the demon that you summon, whoever it might be, is constantly trying to tempt you outside of the circle so it could then attack you.
What? So do you believe you could summon demons?
Yes.
What's...
Yes, I believe that's a high class celebrities and politicians and those involved in the occult have and still do summon these demons.
And so
I'm not going to get into details, but from these grimoires, they talk about what type of clothes you got to wear, what type of artifacts you got to have, what hour, day, month, time, what moon phase that these particular demons have to be summoned during. And
So-
it only works like that.
And so why do you believe you could summon demons like that?
Well, we have proof of it from Solomon. Fast forward.
When you say proof, when you say
more
we have,
modern
when you
day.
say we have proof of it from Solomon, do you mean from that book, Key of Solomon, that may not have even been Solomon?
Yeah, but I shouldn't have used that as an example. More modern occultists, say people who unfortunately were famous, the famous occultist Aleister Crowley, used this and was he had partial authorship in this grimoire that I just mentioned to you.
But because this Crowley guy said it, you believe that you could summon demons? You ever tried it?
No, it's not. No, I never will try it.
Isn't that funny? So you don't even, that's a very interesting thing. It's like you don't even know or have proof of this, but yet your belief in it makes it real, and so you don't even attempt to summon a demon.
Well, let me attack this from
You
a
know what I'm
different
saying?
angle.
Like you don't even have, you don't know, you've never met a demon, you never summoned one, but because of your belief in it, you avoid. It's basically true.
Well, I got into this stuff way before I even found out about you or Jesse Lee and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Let me say this from a different angle.
Go ahead.
Now, you know how Jesse Lee goes on about how anger is so bad and all the vices that you can even think of at this moment. I'm sure that Jesse Lee understands just as well as I do that these very vices, we classify them as emotions. But in reality, and I really, really stress this, that these things that Jesse Lee is talking about, I'm sure he'd agree, like I said, that anger, hate, fear, they're all literally like independent demonic spirits. Just think about it for a second, because when you actually experience these emotions, it's almost like something descends on you suddenly, and you can't control yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you told me you'd never summoned a demon.
I never summoned a demon in my life, but
you just told me.
I'm telling you.
Oh, sorry, I
that's
forgot to
the
ask.
reality of it.
I'm very rude. My apologies. I assumed something in what you were saying. So allow me to ask you the question, because I'm being rude. I should ask you. Do you get angry?
Yes.
I thought you told me you didn't summon demons.
Good point. Good point. You know,
I thought you told me that you wouldn't even dare summon a demon.
Oh man, you caught me. You caught me good. You caught me really good. You know, that's the most direct point anybody's ever made to me. You know, when I sit here and I think about the very last time I got angry, that's exactly what happened to me. I both said and did things that I normally wouldn't do. You know? And so what
makes
more
so
of
much
a
sense to me, man.
reality do you, huh?
I said that makes so much sense to me, man. About what your
Yeah.
description of you going through anger. Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, what more proof do we need as to that is the reality of it? That your anger isn't the source of your anger isn't your emotions. It's a demonic spirit literally descending onto you.
Yeah, man, it's totally true. It has to be that. I mean, that's the only way I can see it. It's just so it comes over. It's you, like you can't even tell. You can't even control it if you wanted to. You can't stop yourself from feeling or thinking these things. It's a demon. But so now that we've confirmed this. So all these people watching the Hollywood people that are maybe doing rituals and occult stuff are then the public that gets angry. How do you in this framework? What do you think about that? The public is out here in the streets, summoning demons with their anger. So what's the difference between them and the Hollywood elite people you're talking about that are summoning demons for power or whatever?
No difference at all. They're still subject to the same so-called emotions that we go through. However, because they know about this stuff vastly even more than I do, and they do summon these demons. Like if you read these grimoires, these demons fall under classifications of duke, presidents, marquises, princes of hell. And when they actually perform these rituals, they usually seek to summon a specific demon for whatever task they want them to take on. Because some of these demons are responsible for, let me think, like, it's kind of vague sometimes. It goes on to say that some of these demons are responsible for bringing love upon both friend and foe. Or another one, for example, makes leaders of the world meet together in peace. Or another one that would serve to increase the stockpile of arsenal that a certain country has weapon-wise. You know what I mean? It's
freaky.
It covers a whole bunch of different grounds. Yes.
So
it's very, very interesting stuff.
I'll agree with you on that. I mean, if you get any energy from me, it's because I don't really like. If you're sensing any energy from me, it's simply I don't personally. It's two things. It's like I don't really want to like promote these books, and name them and stuff. It's just it doesn't seem like something I quite understand. So it's not something I really. So that's part of it. The other part is I kind of need to kind of poop the party a little bit, because you'll ask me, like we're talking, let's say we're just talking somewhere else, I kind of looked into it a little bit myself and I'm like, people actually wrote this kind of stuff. But if you ask me my personal opinion, I think maybe call me a skeptic or whatever, but I think it's like, it's just meditation stuff. Like even the stuff all the stuff about like occult rituals, in my opinion, I think it's just a way to get your mind into it. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe you're really summoning a demon or something. But I think that's all you really need. You get a whole bunch of people doing this ritual at this time, wearing the right clothes, following the rules. You got them in that mindset. You have summoned. You have created, in a sense, you've created a demon. And so that's kind of one way of thinking I have on it. But also, I gotta poop the party a little bit. As much as I like the Halloween theme and I do like it, I gotta poop the party a bit, because it's like, well, here we are. We found out that we are summoning demons with our anger in our minds, even without even saying anything, without even wearing a thing, reading a book, or doing an occult ritual. Here we are summoning demons. How the heck do we not do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we got this book, you got that book. And you're learning, and it can be fun. I'm not gonna be a party pooper about that. Do your thing. But let's get to the nitty gritty. How are you overcoming anger? How are you overcoming all this summoning of demons?
By simply watching myself and staying present. You know, and just saying that is just
well, how long are you going to summon? How long are you going to say?
It's up to me to be.
My apologies. Go ahead.
Honest with myself. Oh no, you're all right, Nick. It's up to me to be honest with myself if I'm really serious about internal development and actually removing those things from myself. You know what I mean? By staying present and using things like the silent prayer and staying present, keeping mind with the body as an exercise that you keep with. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, totally, man.
That makes
really
sense. Work at it.
That makes total sense.
I hate to,
if I may.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm taking a moment because maybe I'm coming at you with the wrong let me just say it, but here's what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Because I don't disagree with anything you said. Watching yourself, all those things are great. So don't let me poop that party. But listen, how much longer are we? I'll say we. That makes it easier for me to say. Suddenly, this is easier to say. How much longer are we gonna say? Well, I'm just gonna watch myself. How much longer are we gonna go summoning demons, but telling ourselves, well, I'll just watch myself and blah blah blah.
How much longer?
Yeah.
Well, I say don't worry about that. Just keep with it because I mean, it goes on to. I hate to keep using this as a reference, but Jesse Lee really is right.
No, use that. I'll use it all of my life.
You are your world.
Yeah.
So, you know, you create your reality, and so it's up to you to, you know, live your own life. And as easy or as hard as your life is going to be is literally up to you. You know, I hate to admit something negative about myself. I hate to admit something negative about myself, but it's just increasingly interesting to me that I listen to Jesse Lee Peterson, and he doesn't say this a lot, but with as nerdy as I am, and as much as I try to take in any information that I can get my hands on, and I'll toss it aside if I don't find it interesting. But anyway, I'm one of those people who needed the scriptural backing to what Jesse Lee says, and I get that from the Apocrypha. And it stuns me that he knows all of this without having read the Apocrypha. For example, on how he doesn't say this a lot, but Jesse Lee had said that when Jesus died on the cross, for those 3 days that everybody didn't know where Jesus was actually in hell. And I would have thought that Jesse Lee Peterson was a raving madman had I not had the scriptural backing to what he says. And to be more specific, it's the Gospel of Nicodemus that talks about Jesus spending time in hell and what he did there.
It sounds interesting, sir. Wouldn't you want that source?
I'm sorry?
Wouldn't you want that source? You're like, I'm amazed how he would even know these things. Wouldn't you want that source?
Well, at the end of the day, I don't really care what source it came from, except that knowing whether it's true or not. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Sort of, but all sorts of people. I don't know, man. Hey, stuff to smoke on, sir. You're saying as long as I know it's true. But like you just said, you're amazed at how Jesse can know something is true. All these things you're saying that he knows is true. It's like wouldn't you want that source, that unspoken source, that wordless source? If you're seeing it in Jesse, you're telling me you're seeing a miracle in a sense. You're seeing this man who is connected to this source of whatever knowledge or whatever you're talking about, without the book. I would look at that and be like, I want that source.
I see exactly what you're saying, and you know what? It is really akin to something like a miracle. It really is because, and maybe it's before I even say it, I think I realize that maybe it's my lack of faith because I don't understand how if I tried to go down that path of things being revealed to me, like it was to Jesse Lee, I don't know how I could have eventually gotten to a point in my life where I'm studying the scriptures or I'm going about my everyday life and being like, oh my God, like I just had the realization that Jesus went to hell after he died on the cross and saved Adam and Eve and all the patriarchs from that moment because they were there. And like I don't see how that could have came as a realization, you know what I mean, from the exercise of just being present and waiting on that revelation from God.
Hey man, hey, if it's working, man, if it's working, sir. But that's cool, man. I love hearing people impacted that way. I think we all share something in that. We all share, you know, people who call and they're watching. We all share a similar thing there. We're all quite impacted by those words.
Yeah.
By the word, the true word. I mean, the word, not even written down. But I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I didn't confuse anyone.
No.
I know.
Just wait. You hope you didn't what? You hope you didn't what?
I hope I didn't confuse anyone. I know I got a Ben Stein type of voice and everything. I just wanted to keep it entertaining for all.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But you know, moving forward, you're not gonna take it personally if I shut off the occult book talk, even though you're saying it's not occult. You know, I might be slandering. but I'm just saying.
No offense at all.
No, sir. Hey, Kevin, I always appreciate the conversations, man. It's nice to hear from you. It's been some time. Call me back.
Yes. All right. Have a good one.
Take care, sir.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween. Very nice. Gonna get right to calls here. I believe we have an individual whose name just might be. I try and stop myself because I don't know if people know. You know, you call the show and the robot asks you your name, but you shouldn't say your name if you don't want to get doxxed. And I've taken calls before where here my system tells me your name, and then they're like, hey, don't dox me. But it's like you called in and then gave your name. So be careful with that. But let's get to, I believe we have a Darren here. How you doing, Darren?
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, Darren, thank you for calling me. How you been?
All is well.
Welcome.
I just wanted to say that, you know, I've had a life. I watch the church sometimes and Jesse be asking, hey, has anyone had a life? No one says
yeah,
anything,
big time.
I kind of get it now because I found a life.
Oh, what you mean?
A quick testimony, not too long.
Yeah, please.
Without putting as much business out there, but being honest.
Nice.
I struggled with homosexuality. I still kind of am wrestling with that identity, but I realized that it's not me. And one thing I noticed, since it's Halloween and, you know, we're going to get a little spooky talking about the ego and all that other stuff.
Yeah, yep.
I learned that there's a lot of power in endurance. I initially was wrestling with it. I tried to ignore the feelings and all that other stuff. But then I ended up, you know, letting go. And I said, you know what? I thought I have a coworker at my job, and I was like, you know what? He kind of cute or whatever. So I'm gonna try to holler at him. You know, I just let my ego go. And as soon as I went into the relationship, of course, sex and all that other stuff, the S word and all that other stuff. But as I was staying aware, as I was doing what I was doing, I started to realize that there was nothing there. There was like, once I got past the emotion, because he wasn't working on himself, but I'm working on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't telling him anything because I understand that, you know, some people are not susceptible to stuff like that, but we'll have conversations, smoking, we'll have like some conversations and all that other stuff, but it wouldn't go anywhere. But I would be watching the whole time, like myself in my environment, and as time went on, the emotion died. There was nothing there, and I felt like, you know, he was the same. He was the same. He felt the same way, but with him, it's kind of like, how do I explain it? The gay community, especially where I'm in Texas, is very straight to the point. There's really not a lot of stuff going on. Like,
what do you mean by that?
People realize, people.
When you say straight to the point?
Straight to the point is more so like they're in a relationship and then they're out of a relationship because of I just wasn't feeling it anymore. It's not like how men and women are. The women will try.
Where you try and make it work.
Yeah, it's not really like that. It's kind of like, I'm just gonna drop it, and so it kind of happened that way.
So you're saying they're more like ruthless or whatever in that respect. You know, the moment the moment your fancy or emotions or whatever about it are gone, it's just you drop it. As opposed to maybe other people, it's like, oh, they try and make it work. It's like, maybe let's talk about it or whatever. Am I following you?
Yes. Yeah, you follow me. You smart.
Maybe that's just how guys are. Maybe that's just how guys are.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that as well. It's men. It's not like
what are the lesbian relationships like? Are they straight to the point like that?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, based off of. Well, let me continue.
Yeah, I'll let you continue. My apologies. Go ahead.
The gay community scene, like, you have to get invested in it. Kind of like how they are in California, all over the place. But they have like little districts out here, little small like intersections and like goes on like 2 streets and stuff with like gay clubs and hotels that gay people go to, and they, you know, if you going up in there, if you checking in there, they know why you checking in there. If 2 guys was walking up in there, they know why they going up in there. And so you have to get invested into the community in order for yourself to continue to, you know, let go of one relationship and hop into another, let go of one relationship and hop into another.
Because now you're part of your environment makes that easy.
Yes, and that's why I feel like the LGBTQ community is the way that it is because they are yoked together, they're sticking together. If they're not with other homosexuals around them, they're not gonna feel alive. They're gonna feel like, what am I doing? They're gonna start looking at themselves naturally.
Yeah.
And so also because of the state that I'm in, we already have conservative values, and that also went into what you were saying. Everyone's thinking a certain way, feeling a certain way. It makes a spirit, and so the spirit out here is very much so realistic, common sense. And so it wouldn't be uncommon for you to see a gay person out here in Texas and ask them, do they believe in God? And they say, yeah, I do. And hey, do you think that God is okay with what you're doing? Well, no sin is greater than the other sin. You'll say stuff like that.
Right.
No, I have a sin. My homosexuality is a sin. But
they'll even say that.
I'm not gonna go to hell for it. Yeah, I wouldn't go to hell for it because, you know, God's not gonna send someone who's straight to hell. You know, stuff like that. And so when I was in this relationship, I'm wheezing like Trump. When I was in this relationship, I ended up realizing that, man, I'm in hell. Like, especially when I was high. Oh my gosh, I was like, what am I doing? I'm trying to figure. Let's go to bed because I need to get my mind off this. Because I'm like, what is going on? Like, I literally feel like it's pointless. I feel like it's pointless, and I feel like I'm leading him on, but it's like I'm trapped because it's like he identifies as what he identifies as. I don't identify as anything. I'm like Jesse says, I want for nothing because I'm working on myself, and so I noticed that, and eventually the relationship started teetering off. Like, we was talking for about a month and a half, and all that other stuff, and then one day I was out there smoking a cigar, and I was watching. I think it was Sunday. I was watching Jesse talking about how relationships at the end of the day are meaningless. Like, it's better off that you're alone than for you to be with someone, because it's like men and women anybody in a relationship, but I kind of applied it to what I was in. It's like it's unnecessary. You get with someone because you're weak. You get with someone because you're afraid of being alone. And I started thinking, am I afraid of being alone? And so, praise be to the Lord, because he stopped texting me. I didn't have to break up with him or anything. He just like dropped it, and I was like, "What?"
Okay.
I'm texting him, he's not answering. I'm like, "What the?"
Oh, so how did it feel when you stopped? How did it feel when he stopped texting?
I felt like I was dying, honestly.
And that's funny because you were already kind of like, oh, kind of done with it, but then he did it when you weren't expecting.
Yes, my ego was like,
yeah.
You shouldn't be doing this to you. Not with me. He can do this with anybody else. But with me, what was I doing wrong? I'm sitting up here thinking, I'm like, I'm going into silent prayer on that. I'm smoking high, going through silent prayer. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm wrestling with myself, arguing with the devil. I'm like, what? He shouldn't have done this to me because I'm working on myself. I feel like I got this peace around me. You know, he comes in. Because I got my own place. He comes in. It's real comfortable in here. You know, I'm working on myself. I'm not arguing with him. You know, he's trauma dumping on me and stuff. I'm being 100.
Yep.
Kind of being contradicting. I'm like, you know, I'm a real man.
That is so interesting.
Air quotes on that. But it's like, I was like, why would this happen to me? And so,
so okay, so he tells you he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah, go on.
I started realizing that I felt like I was dying. Like, there's no way to describe like loneliness, but then it was loneliness paired with guilt, paired with regret. Like, I already knew that this wasn't right. Why did I even put myself in this situation? Now I got this extra stuff on me. I got these demons, these extra imagination demons, whatever you want to call them, you know, all in my head, talking to me, telling me what I could have done, what I can do. I'm sitting up here trying to, because he's my coworker, so I have to see him at work. I'm sitting up here trying to, you know, flirt with him, trying to draw him back in, and I'm noticing that it's like I'm trying to hypnotize this dude. It's like I'm trying to say stuff, do things that draw him into me. I'm like, why am I doing this? And I ended up just letting myself go through it, and I ended up having like the little ego death. You know, it looked like a freaking exorcism, bro. Like my whole body was spasming. I was yelling, and I bet you my neighbors were like, what the? I'm yelling and screaming and flipping and not throwing anything, but like rolling on the floor and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I feel like I need to call the ambulance or something. I don't know. But after that, I ended up. It was just this peace. You know, I ended up going through it. I'm not gonna tell all my business, but I ended up going through it, and it was when I noticed it that, you know, it's. I realized in that moment that it wasn't me. I realized in that moment. I mean, I still had pain. I'm still looking at things, but I realized that in that moment that it was an identity. It was something that I was trying to yoke myself to. It was something that I was trying to identify in, you know, but it wasn't me at all. And then, like, yesterday, I was at work, and this dude ended up coming, because we broke up and all that stuff, and, like, some weeks went by. Yesterday, I ended up going to work, and I ended up seeing this dude with hickeys all over his neck. I was like, what the? I didn't say anything, and I realized I didn't have any emotion. I saw that I could get angry. I could get jealous. I could get vengeful and resent him, and I could feel the word that came to me was I felt offended. I could feel offended at the fact that, you know, I treated him right and all. So I'm not in a relationship, but I understand this dude got hickeys. I'm not messing with anybody or anything, but I see this dude with hickeys on his neck, but I didn't feel any type of way about it.
You didn't care.
And then and then the ego ended up coming back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel this pain again. But yeah,
what'd you do then?
That's just something that I know. Huh?
What'd you do then?
What did I do? I went into silent prayer.
You know,
when I got home, I didn't do it I don't do it all the time. I don't do it in the morning. I'm gonna be honest. But when I get off of work and I come home, I immediately went into silent prayer. After that, it felt even worse when I went into silent prayer. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like everything was revealed. But yeah, I went through the whole little ego trip again, and then after that, I was like, it really don't matter. I mean, no judging. That's what it was. Yeah, it was don't judge with your emotions.
Yeah,
don't judge with
right
your words,
with your face, even the face.
Yeah, I did. I started doing that, and man, I started realizing that, dude, my body's doing its own thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else noticed.
No, it's true. It's true. I realized.
It's like your body goes into autopilot.
Yeah, and I realized. I used to think before that exercise, I thought that the feelings came first and then the face, right? And so I thought I had to deal with the negative feelings I was feeling, and or else I would just be kind of like lying or putting on a face or putting on a smile when I'm lying and I'm really mad inside. And I thought that I had to deal with that. I'm just like, why am I mad inside? So I heard that exercise and I stopped making faces at stuff, or tried my best to. And I noticed when I didn't do the face, the feelings didn't come. I thought it was the other way around. You feel me? Like I realized that the face and the thought wants me to make a face so I can get more and more into it. I thought I had to deal with the feeling first, but if I just didn't follow that temptation to make the face, furrow my brow, then the feeling wouldn't come, and I wouldn't get mad, and nothing would come. I thought it was the other way around.
Since you're an expert, I have a question. I don't really make faces. I just do really, really strong eye contact. Like I go out of my way to look at you in the eyes. Is that
absolutely the same thing? You're doing that because you wanna fight. That's you wanting to fight, man.
And I'm black. So
and you're black. There you go. Look, you're gonna get into you're walking down the wrong path, man. You know, you're in for a world of hurt that way. But it's crazy because if I'm following what you're saying, and I think we're on the same page here, you see that's, or at least some part of you sees that that's not really you. So it's not even you who wants to make the stare into their eyes, because you first, before you even wanted to stare into their eyes confrontationally like that, first you got the thought that said, why did he say do blah 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 XYZ? I'm gonna make him or her know how I feel with this look. Then you followed, and then you listen to the thought, you listen to the instruction, to the summoned demon, and that's what we all do. That's what's so amazing about this call too.
What am I supposed to do there? Am I supposed to like look away? Am I supposed to look at the floor?
Yes.
I'm supposed to what the?
Or just
tell me I have to look at the floor.
Well, I don't know exactly what you should do, but you should just simply deny that urge, whatever that urge is. And in this case, you're describing that urge too. You're not necessarily making a mean face or anything, but someone said something rude or someone stupid or whatever, XYZ, and now you're staring their face. And I can see you doing it right now, even though I've never seen your face. I can see you looking at them just like hard face, like, yep, that, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's you wanting to fight. Let's be real.
Oh man, yeah. And then they ended up doing some weird stuff, like they asked me a dumb question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is your job hiring? I'm like, yes, it's hiring. That's not. Yeah.
Right. Standoffish. I can hear it now. I see you to hear it now, man. And that's conflict.
Oh man.
But it is
conflict.
What's so interesting about this call though is that what you're describing is what everybody goes through. What people in straight relationships go through, the exact same thing. And your description of what we're hearing now is a man given just a little sliver of space between this self that they've created in their minds. Who I am, I'm this, I'm that. And we're hearing a man talk about that, and that's what's fascinating about this call.
Wow. I was about to say something.
So what are you going to do now?
Live a life. I'm
True.
just going to keep going. I'm going to keep enduring, honestly. I don't identify with being gay, straight, whatever, because I end up catching, just out of nowhere, I ended up catching one of Joel's podcast thing, Friday.
Joel Friday TV, nice.
But, yeah, TV, yeah.
Yes, sir.
and he ended up saying, I think he was talking to some guy, and he ended up saying like, why do you think that you're gay? Why do you call yourself a homosexual? Like, you don't have to do that. And that was like an eye-opening thing to me. I was like, why do I do that? I don't have to do that. Like, people don't ask because I don't tend to look. I don't show myself off as being like that. I dress regular. I dress like a man. Most people out here do, just like men. Except for the lesbians. Lesbians go hard out here.
You gotta know they're lesbians.
Yeah, they gotta let you know. Driving big trucks and stuff. What the? But yeah, I'm just gonna live a life. Also, you guys were talking about the witchcraft and all the other stuff. I liked how you said that everyone can, when you're angry and all the other stuff, they produce a spirit. They give off a spirit.
Right.
Me personally, I know that people do stuff like that. I'm not gonna deny and say that that stuff doesn't do stuff, because it's all ego. If someone believes it, then it affects them. But I can't say that. I don't believe it's real. I believe it's like just regular stuff.
What is regular
light
stuff?
Your sage. Okay, you light your sage. You
gotcha.
Your blood rituals, the fire, the rum, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And someone can just be really, really angry at that moment, and it wouldn't matter how much sage you light and all that other stuff. If they're really angry and they really want to put hell all over you, then they can. Jesus said this in the Bible. The word, not no apocrypha. The word. The Bible.
Bust out the word. It is Thursday. It is Halloween. We need the word more than ever.
Nah, for real. In the word, Jesus says, if you even look at someone with anger, you've murdered them in your heart. And Jesus, I'm pretty sure Jesus wasn't walking around saying, "Oh my gosh, witchcraft. Let me get some holy water and let me anoint my house and all that."
Yo, that's so
Jesus
true.
was living out in the woods and stuff.
We would be. I think if I saw Jesus doing that, I might judge him. I'd be like, "This is Jesus. Why is he scared? Why is he scared? Why is he scared and trying to slap water or so-called holy water on stuff out of fear?"
He's up here speaking in tongues.
Yeah. When someone speaks in tongues, that's like you're afraid. You're like, 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒎. It's like you're afraid of Satan. You're afraid.
Nah, for real. Yeah. So,
man, thank you for your call, man. Anything else you want to say here? I'm just trying to move the wheels along a little bit faster, but go ahead, speak what you wanted to say.
You got my caller ID. Don't block me now.
Not blocking you. By the way, you're comfortable with your name. I'm not gonna say your last name. I never would. But when you call into my show, the call screener is a machine. But be careful telling this call screener is something you don't want to say. Your name or otherwise.
I got you. Yes, sir. All right, Nick. Happy Halloween, man.
Thank you, sir. Call me again, man.
Of course.
Amazing call. That's literally, everybody goes through the same thing. It's like there's no such thing as gay. That's just frottage. That's just frottage of the body. Which is what? Nothing. Usually useless nowadays. But it might result in a kid. But what, you think that's what's evil? You don't even get it. You don't even get it. You're summoning demons with your anger. And here is a man who realizes he's not those things and decided to watch himself despite it being, right, it's the evil gay thing. It's this degenerate, right? And here even a man like that can watch himself and realize that he's not those things. That's amazing. That's literally what Jesse's talking about. Yo, Derek. Well, how come I forgot to ask him. How come let's call him back. We need to call him back. What's your number? Call me back. We got to talk about something. Do you need a 9-volt battery? I just want to say, chat, for all the people who need batteries, we do in fact have 9-volt batteries for all smoke alarm chirps. I know that you may have been hearing the chirp over and over again, and you've maybe become used to it. You've become accustomed to it. Now you don't even hear it anymore. So if you're listening, I meant to ask you about your smoke alarm detector. Let me know, all viewers who require 9-volt batteries. We do, in fact. You know what's funny about this? I'm not even joking. Someone sent me these, and they sent me these with a letter. I also love my autofocus, so I love messing around with it. Someone sent me these in a box with a letter, and it read something like, for all the callers who can, whose smoke alarm detector batteries are going off. And he literally sent me a whole box of these. I have more right there. And he's like, please send them these. So thank you for that, viewer, whoever sent this. But, you know, you didn't think about the logistics, man. But anyways, we do, in fact, have 9-volt batteries. And we do, in fact, have Terry. Oh, Terry. Terrible. I don't know. I'm trying to make a joke here. Terry, welcome to the stream.
Yeah. You can make all kinds of mean jokes with my name.
Terrible. I'm trying to be Hake here. I love how he says that.
Well, yeah, I called because I think it was Kevin was talking about
scary
demons and
yeah.
such, and yeah, I wanted to maybe give a little story about my time as a occultist.
So perfect. On Halloween,
day.
No less. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was fitting. So I was I worked as a medium, and I had a client, a medium.
So
I would do readings for people and a spirit contact kind of person. So what?
Say again. No, I'm following you. So a medium.
Okay.
So you're talking to spirits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us.
So I had this client who I worked with a lot. She was a witch, and she was getting into doing the Keys of Solomon, basically, and she wanted my advice about which demon she should work with and make a pact with. So I did yeah, it was an intense reading, and I didn't look into it. I later got a book with this stuff, so I looked it up later on, myself after doing this reading for her. But it was really crazy because during the reading itself, I did get a lot of information, but the longer it went on, the sicker I got, and I just felt so filthy and disgusting by the end of it. I am I really,
wow.
I mean,
physically,
I don't know how to describe it. It was yeah, and it was such an oppressive feeling I had the entire time. Like a big weight was on me. It was really, really bad.
Freaky.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, at the end of it, once I was just doing this over the phone with her, I got off the phone and I just had this sense I needed to grab. I had some peppermint oil, what is it, oh God, essential oil.
Oh yeah.
Peppermint essential oil. I had some in my bathroom, and I just instinctively grabbed it and was rubbing it all over my hands and arms and my neck, and just to get this, I don't know, feeling off of me. I had a feeling it would do something.
This miasma.
And I later told I don't know. Does it flare up your asthma?
No, I said this miasma.
Yeah.
Around
I
you?
see what you mean. Yeah, it was heavy. It was really intense. And I later talked to her, and she told me that one of the demons actually, one of the offerings that it takes is peppermint oil. One of the things that was blessed was peppermint oil, and I was just oh my God, freaky.
You frigged up. There you go, feeding the demon.
I know. Oh, so
did you actually do like incantations or something like that? Like there's actual like magic stuff like that?
I mean, I've done magic myself, but I haven't really done any sort of like, I never thought it was necessary to work with a demon like that. And after that experience, ain't no way I was going to,
Yeah.
you know? Just because, and also they're very meticulous. Like if you make a pact with a demon, it's like a contract you sign with them, and you're beholden to it. So
It's like, oh my God, now there's all these rules. Now I gotta be. Now
Yeah,
I have
there
to
are.
abstain.
And
Now I have to. Now I have to be good, and I have to be. I hear that's part
and
of
they
the.
will punish you. They will punish you if you like don't keep your word.
Have you been punished by a demon? Well, you didn't summon one.
No. Well, I mean, I didn't summon. I mean, I never thought it was necessary because I didn't need. I had the ability to contact any spirit I wanted. I felt so. I never thought I needed to like put on a silly robe and light a silly candle. You know.
It's like just talk to them.
I never.
You weirdo.
Yeah,
It's like,
essentially. I don't
why are you
know
doing all
why.
this? It's like just talk to them. But okay, wait. So what was that like? Like
What was what like?
I guess speaking to spirits.
Not very good.
Could you maybe describe a time you spoke to one?
Well, I just described one. I mean, but then
Right.
I've had other experiences of like, I don't know, getting, I would have people like contact me to, contact maybe a dead relative. And then what would happen is like the atmosphere would change. And then I'd start getting all these images in my mind that would come through. Sometimes I would hear like words in my head, kind of, but mainly it was through images that, or like impressions or feelings, like they would impact my feelings. So, I don't know. It's like that. I mean, and this is where, people do need to learn to not trust their thoughts, because you're not necessarily in the driver's seat of your thoughts and feelings. You could be, under some sort of spiritual influence, but it was intense. And I found like, when I would do this stuff, I got sick, it wasn't.
So for this, it wasn't what?
Well, you know how you see like these mediums on TV, and they're like larger than life, and they're kind of like all energetic and stuff. Like that was never me. And I would like do this stuff, but it would like really weaken my body, or I'd be like really tired afterwards, or really, it was a horrible thing to do to your vessel. And I think, that's the case with most of it, that I've, like, legitimate mediums I've seen, like, they end up, like, having, like, it's an intense experience, especially if you're doing any kind of, like, summoning or, talking to demons for people, or, like, talking to someone's dead relative or something, like... This
Have you actually talked to someone's dead relative?
I don't think I was talking to their dead relative. No, I think I was talking to some sort of unclean demonic spirit. But yeah,
Scary.
I have.
And it was with words?
I mean, I don't need to. I mean, not exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like when I'm talking to you now. It would be more like in my mind. Or
so
they
for
would
the skeptic,
want to know something.
So for the skeptic like me, is there something you could, because we both agree on that, right? The mind and the spiritual plane that exists there. But for the skeptic like me, is there something like where you spoke to a dead relative or something like that could get me, I don't know, that could get me going like, what? Terry's been speaking to demons.
Well, I thought my story about the peppermint oil would be kind of convincing.
I'm far too.
With the dead, it's a bit different. I don't think.
Far too much of a skeptic for that, Terry, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people can contact the dead in that way. I don't think, when you are doing that, supposedly, that it's the dead that are speaking to you. I think it's familiar demonic spirits that are giving you information and impressions. I don't know for sure, but I know that, I know it was negative, definitely, in my life, and I know that just kind of coming out of that and like reading the Bible, I kind of understand like why we're not supposed to do this, because it is. I mean, it's not. Well, it doesn't focus on life for one, and God is a living spirit, and then we're out here trying to conjure up the dead, which is like the antithesis of life. I don't know who we're contacting, but that's my impression. Is that,
I gotta say, I bet you it's not those dead relatives. I gotta agree with you on that one.
I don't think
Terry, I wish we could get into this further. You made me think of some questions I want to ask you. Maybe I can ask you some other time. We got to do something else right now.
Yeah.
Call me again, Terry.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Definitely gonna ask you about this.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, folks, it's time to wind her down. It's getting late for some. And so it's time to get your drinkies and your snackies, because we got to hang out. We got to do a little special thing. Okay, folks? I'll say this about demons and spirits and all that. It's been fun. Halloween, very spooky. And I can't help but always just go back to what's really demonic, what's really hateful, what's really, you say, oh, I got so sick from summoning this demon, and I'm glad I don't do that anymore. But if you get angry and you get that spirit coming over you, that's the worst. You're literally being led by Satan. You're being led by him. You're like, well, I'm learning about occult, and look at this medium, and wow, oh my God, look at them summoning demons over there. Whew, I remember when I did that. Whew, glad I don't do that anymore. And it's like this person, and it's not even Terry. I'm not even talking about specifically her. It's no one specific anymore. But imagine this person I'm describing, and they turn around. They're like, whew, glad I'm not doing that anymore. And they walk off into the sunset, and you see the shadow of Satan leading them down the sunset. It's literally it's a big deception. It's that's, I guess, how Satan works, right? It's a big deception. You're like, oh wow, whew, glad I'm not messing with those demons anymore. And they walk away hand in hand with Satan, because they believe their mind, they get mad, and they're controlled by these emotions and these things that are not them. Isn't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? So, in this Halloween, watch the rituals you do, for they may be scarier than you think. Okay, anyways. We hung out. We got some viewers here, and we did our thing here. Took some calls, did some topics. That's how that goes. But it's time for movie night, folks. So in the chat right now, if you are watching the chat on Rumble, on YouTube, on DLive, check the chat right now, for there is a link, and on punchy.tv, there is a link in the chat. It is a Discord link. Click it. Join the Discord, because we're going to get down with movie night, okay, folks? And we don't do it on stream. It's the first one today, but we're not going to do it on stream. Let's read these super chats real quick, as we've had some supporters. Thank you so much. Thank you, Depressed Toilet, with the super chat. Says, Nick, can Bond please make a smoke detector PSA video, or whatever they call those? Like a public service announcement? Depressed Toilet. We might have to. Harmony with the super chat. Thank you for the support. Kale Samogi says, I couldn't do the silent prayer while my house is chirping at me. Well, Kale, then you're missing the point. No, I'm messing around, but you should be able to be still even with the chirp of a smoke alarm. That's the point of the silent prayer. Lin Yan Chin, thank you for the super chat. Says, bloused one, you now seem weary of Lin's shattered psyche. Not true. Not true, sir. That's just your mind. Mad as I might be, I am not a mouth breather. I don't abuse suffix, so I can't be too insane. Well, Lin Yan Chin, your commentary on me can be quite insightful and true and honest, and you can't be too mad and insane if you're that insightful about me at times. So, I'm always watching. Thank you, Lin Yan Chin. Appreciate the support. Ryan Moon, thank you for the super chat. Says, happy Halloween, bro. Wish you were hanging out. Wish you were here hanging out. Take care, sir. Wish you well in all you do. You're ever in the area, you know what's up. Santino, Chris, thank you for the support. Appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Join the Discord, okay? Because we're ending the stream in a moment here. We are ending the stream and jumping into Discord for movie night. Okay? You guys got the links? You guys got the links? Here it is again in the chat right now. The Discord link. I am pinning it. What are we going to watch? Should I even say? I like surprises sometimes. Join the Discord. You'll see what we watch. You'll see what we get down to. So once you join, hey, Lin Yan Chin, I see you in the chat. I'm the mouth breather, Lin Yan Chin. So if you're crazy, I'm crazy. When you join the Discord, in the left-hand side, you'll see the section for movie night. You'll see Theater 1. You join up Theater 1. That's where we'll watch it. And right above Theater 1 is a text channel called Movie Night Chat. And that's for the chatterboxes who want to chat while the movie's going, because you can't talk in Theater 1. All mics are muted. Nick, I'm your friends list. Can join straight up like that? I'm not sure, Depressed Toilet. Join the Discord server. That way you can be sure. Very cool. All right, y'all. I think that's all the support. Hey, Jules Verne. Thanks for being in Rumble. D-Live, what's up, D-Live peeps? What's up, Wolf, Aries? We're going to be ending the stream in a minute here. So make sure you join the Discord for movie night. What was that? Hey, Zenny. What the?
I didn't even mean to join.
Are you joining us for movie night? Zenny?
I don't know. Probably not. You guys are watching a Halloween movie?
Yes, sir.
Then definitely not.
Whatever, bro.
Whatever, man. But
Whatever.
God bless you, Nick, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I hope you have a great night of sleep and you wake up refreshed, ready to produce the Jesse Lee Peterson show like never before.
You know it, sir. Thank you for the kind words, Zenny.
All right, man. Peace out.
Peace. Evil lives in people's hearts, folks. Thank you, said no one in my chat who summarized everything in one simple line. All this bloviating from the anchor baby. That's really all I know. That's really all I know. Okay? Yeah, bloviating, blah, 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 blah. Hot air. Hot air coming from here. But really, that's all I know. Evil lives in the hearts of people, folks. Incredible. All right, y'all. I'm going to see you in the Discord, right? Get your drinkies, get your snackies. I'll see you there.